The Queen of Granada, by M. Riff. Chapter 85, The Golden Watch. Rita had collected some Spanish money and foreign currencies by the time she reached Tessa's father. She wasn't sure whether to hold out her cap to him, considering that his daughter had already helped the family. This could be their way of contributing. She looked at him and was about to move on when he beckoned her back with his index finger. He unclasped the chain of his gold watch from his vest and dropped it into the cap. Rita was left speechless, but she nodded in gratitude and continued. When Spanish passengers saw the golden watch and the stacks of banknotes, they became even more generous. Finally, Rita reached the back seat and held the cap out to Nuria, who glanced at it and shook her head. She turned her empty purse inside out and showed it to Rita, saying, "Look, I have no money." Rita took her seat next to Tessa, handed the cap to Nuria and said, "The money is for you." The girl didn't know what to say, so she called out, "Mom." Her mother raised her head, pushed her sunglasses up slightly, glanced at the cap and its contents, and asked, "Who has on earth donated the golden watch?" Tessa replied, "It appears to be my father's." Her mother turned to Nuria and said, "It's too much. Give the watch back to Tessa, she can return it to her father." Tessa took the watch and placed some money in the cap instead. Rosen dropped some coins into Nuria's purse and placed the rest in her own handbag. She pulled her hat down over her sunglasses again, rested her head against the window frame, and said to Nuria, "Now you can afford to hire an au pair." The little girl had picked up the word in kindergarten and had been repeating it non-stop at home for the past several days. It was likely due to Tessa's fancy clothing that Nuria chose her. She playfully poked Tessa and asked, "Would you like to be my au pair?" Tessa smiled and replied, "Yes, of course. But first, I have to return to the Netherlands and finish my psychology studies." She added, "After that I want to further my education as a child psychologist." Nuria agreed, "All right, it's a deal." Now it was Tessa's turn to ask, "Can you count?" The girl replied confidently, "Yes, of course. My dad says, there are 3 kinds of people, those who can count, and those who can't. I definitely can."